Hey, good morning, church. Carl here, pastor at Redeemer Niagara. Good to see, well, I guess I'm not seeing you, but to connect with you here midweek. I wanted to drop a quick message to you to update you on what's happening now that we are in the red zone. We had hoped to be starting services on March 7th, this coming Sunday. We've decided to push our start time to March 14th. And the reason is we've reached out to the Niagara Health Authority as well as to the municipality to kind of get some clarification. Some of the guidelines are a little vague. For instance, things like plexiglass dividers have to be up between worshipers on the stage. But it's unclear about, well, specifications for what kind of divider, what does it mean, what size plexiglass, and if it's even necessary, since we have such a large stage, we can separate people and distance them. So we've asked for clarification, and we should be getting that, not just on that, but on a number of issues today. So we will be starting services on March 14th in person, live. This week's will be recorded again and streamed online. It's also an issue where we have a lot of volunteers, and if we're going to record, we have to have it kind of all done midweek. We can't push it into the weekend because we don't have time to create and edit the service and upload it in time. So we had to make a decision a little in advance, even though we would have preferred to have been in person. But the good news is, God willing, we'll not just start our services on the 14th, but next week we're hoping to start midweek ministries in the building as well. We'll give you more information about what that looks like, but hopefully next week we can start things like Bible studies and some of the things we're doing online now. Maybe we can bring them indoors. And we'll clarify all that again as we talk to the local enforcement authorities. So thanks so much for your patience. We're working really hard, and we have a plan to get back. We want to make sure that we are doing everything we can to keep people safe as well. And with that said, one more thing I'd like to mention: as we go back to in-person services, there's a bit of a struggle. Obviously, many people are not willing or wanting yet to come back. They don't feel comfortable coming back to the services, and that's understandable. But what that has done is it has really reduced the number of people we have who serve on a Sunday and volunteer for different roles, which means that things like children's ministry are woefully undersupported as far as volunteers and servants, because we need a certain number of adults in the room with children just legally. And that's just one example, but we're really short of people who can volunteer for everything from that to sound, ushering, and that sort of a thing. So if you are someone who is going to be coming back and is comfortable attending services in person again, well, great, we're happy to see you. And we would love it if you could potentially be involved and offer up your time to serve on a Sunday once in a while, so that we don't have the same few people doing it every week, because it is a drain. The simple, sad truth is we're either going to burn people out, or we're not going to be able to offer all the things that we normally would as regularly as we would, like children's ministry stuff on a Sunday. And you'll hear more about this. We'll kind of talk more specifically about needs. But if you are planning to return and to attend our in-person services when we get back on the 14th, and you are able to and willing to and feeling called to be involved and help and support and serve, email the office, Lori, at office@redeemerbible.ca. Let us know what you're able to do, what you're hoping to be involved in. If you don't have a preference, just say you're willing to do whatever, wherever the need is, and we will be in touch. But thank you so much. I know it's been a very hard time for all of you, and we've been working really hard to make sure that people are still being cared for, that the services are still happening so you can still worship and meet and connect, not just through Sundays, but through other things like our coffee break times and various other meetings as well. So there's some light at the end of the tunnel. God willing, we'll be able to be worshiping at Easter together, and that will be an incredible time. But please continue to keep us in prayer and our city officials in prayer as they figure out what it means to navigate these waters when they have very vague guidelines they're meant to follow, and then they have to answer very specific questions from people like us. They need our prayers. We as a church certainly need the prayers, and your peers, all of you, need prayers as well. As it's a tough time. So thanks so much, and we will be in touch later this week, and have a wonderful week.